Okay, let's do this. We're like 25 minutes late. Technical difficulties, but here we are. Episode 20 of Explore the Beyond Scales of Destiny. Honestly, I'm pretty excited. I didn't think we'd get to like 20 sessions because I thought something would happen and we'd fail miserably, but I am excited that we've made it this far. And I'm looking forward to continuing and seeing how far we can go. We're going to get straight into it. We're going to bring in the group and let's see what happens. Group.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Let's play D&D.
Yes.
About time.
I know, right? Imagine. Yathina.
Yes. Yeah, okay. So last week I legit don't remember where we started off. Which is great for me saying I want to do the recap. We had the fight with the shadow creature that we all survived. We were out in the streets after we had met Priscilla. So we started the session out in the streets again. I heard the creature scream Mivanwe's name, and I also or sort of heard it in my head, and also heard it scream the word family, and I told that to the group. We had a little bit of a discussion about it, but yeah, we didn't really discern anything more of that. We then went back to the hotel where we met back with the elves, and we told them what had happened. They told us a little bit about Priscilla and that she is part of the League of the Faceless, but they wouldn't tell us exactly what that meant, and said she would probably tell us in due time. I had them have a look at the dagger that I was holding, or that I was having from when Pavlova was attacked, and they just said that it was well looked after, and it was held by many hands. Not true. Priscilla is part of the Undying Crowd. Sorry, I got that wrong. Priscilla is part of the Undying Crowd. I don't know what the League of the Faceless is. It's just written. But she would tell us in due time. We have a little bit of a tiff because I said I wanted to look after the knife instead of putting it in the bag of holding, because I don't trust any of my companions right now, and I just want to make sure that I look after it. And then Vic is doing a sneaky and is going to the loo to talk to Mivanwe. You sort of had to roll a couple of wisdom checks, I think, and those sort of made you see her, like physically see her in front of her, but she wasn't actually there. And then you see an image of her typing on the table, and you still hear it in your head. And then when you get out of the loo, you just look like worse for wear. We then decided to have a long rest in our room. I wrote down Vic gets naked, which is very appropriate.
What?
You get naked, you undress, because we wanted to.
You weren't dreaming? You might have been dreaming.
Nope, you did get naked. No, we went to check for marks on him and Aqua, because we just wanted to see if there's any physical indication of what was going on with them. I give Aqua my ring of mind shielding to see whether that helps with the humming and I don't know if you're hearing the tapping yet, but whether it helps with the humming, and it does help a tiny little bit. But for you, it feels like the humming is trying to push through this sort of magic that the ring has. I take the ring back in the morning, or take the ring back eventually. Vic has a dream You dream about a friend that gets killed in battle or something. I didn't write down that many information about that. That much information about it. Oh yeah, you have this dream and you communicate, talk to this friend, or something happens with a friend, and then when you wake up, this dream sort of slips away from you, and this memory slips away from you. When you wake up, Vic wake up, you're still exhausted, you're still looking horrible, sort of under a spell from Mivanwe. We go down for breakfast where Priscilla is waiting for us. She's with a human companion, Edwin, I think was their name, her name. Was it a lady? I wrote down lady. We find out has been no announced murders for a few days. We think maybe it's because I'm holding the knife, and the shadowy figure cannot take the knife back. We go to the keep, the Lord's keep, and we talk to the Lord. We talk to Pavlova. We talk to Nosforth, and we talk to a man whose name we never got. I think the nerdy sort of librarian type. We find out that Pavlova cannot talk. I tried to talk to her through messaging in her brain, and she cannot respond to me there either. Nosford wants to know what creature it is. And we do tell them about Mivanwe and that the creature is linked to a hag. And we tell them about the wives of the Rowan tree. We get a little bit more information about that. I'm not going to rehash all of them. They will come up when they're important. We just know that a few years ago, I think, there was a similar incident somewhere. I forgot where. I don't know the town. I cannot read my handwriting. But there was somewhere in the north was a similar incident that was caused by a hag. And the assumption is, but we don't know for sure, that it stopped because the hag got bored. We find out that the shadowy creature is called a Trollgrammon. Yeah, it happened before. The knives are being found in the people when they die, but they do vanish eventually. And we also we want to see the body of Eleanor, but the Lord tells us that the body is gone. Priscilla had given us a letter that we can take to find her. We go and find her. Long story short, we go into the manor and meet Eleanor, which is a big shock for everyone, and we're like, what the heck is going on? It turns out Eleanor is a vampire. The Undying Shroud is a coven, group, whatever, of vampires. I don't actually know if they're just vampires, but they're gifted with forms of undeath. And there's one that is going rogue within the city, the one that killed Eleanor and has bitten her over a long period of time. And eventually that person killed her. Their name is Cartwright, I think. The Trollgrammon is a fiendish creature that's controlled by the Fae. We find that out through Priscilla as well. And they hold grudges, and they have lost something, which is something we loosely have pieced together already. Vic now hears the tapping as a heartbeat in his head. And we try to destroy the knife in the fire in the manor of the vampires. It doesn't work. We end up going to a blacksmith. We destroy or we melt the knife down, the blade of the knife down. He gets a little pissed at me. But that was the end of the session. We went back to the hotel too. I don't actually know what our intentions were there, what we wanted to do there, but yeah, we head back to the hotel, and that's where we left off.
Must have been the biggest recap ever.
I mean, that was a chunky recap. Well done. There were some details you missed. Alas, it was so long ago that I forgot what they were. So, if I remember, I'll tell you. But yes. So, okay, cool. So you find yourselves back in the Carnelian Hotel into the bar. There's another bard playing up on the stage, just gently kind of strumming away, quietly singing. It's less of a, overpowering music number, more of a kind of smooth jazz. There's a lady sat in the corner by the bar, and then there's the elves over by the fire that isn't lit, but they've kind of taken up residence over there.
We were going to tell the elves something, weren't we? But I'm trying to remember what it was.
Was it about Eleanor and the vampires? But I assume they already know with all the illusions that they made when we talked to them previously.
Maybe. I mean, we could. Maybe if we want something more quiet to speak, we can go upstairs and tell them in case other people don't know. So, I mean, a lot of people won't know that there's vampires around.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We should go upstairs. How is Vic looking, by the way? How do we see him right now?
Still looking quite tired, quite ragged. He's for someone with like his half-elven nature, who usually is quite pristine looking, clear-skinned, clean, smooth, blemish-free. He's got very ragged bags under his eyes that stand out quite heavily. And there's just like a slouch to him that gives off the impression of someone who's carrying a few days of bad sleep to no sleep on his back.
Yeah, we should go upstairs, keep an eye on Vic. Maybe we can put the rod in front of the door again, just to make sure no one can surprise us.
Yeah, I'll happily remove the rod.
Yeah, I wanted to send a message, but I'll just go over to the elves. Hi, we're back. We destroyed the knife. Do you mind if we go upstairs to have a little word in private?
Of course. That's fine, we can do that. Are we going now?
Yes.
Very well. Whoops, that's the wrong button. And so they follow you upstairs. Oh, come on. There we go. You're lucky. You get teleported to the map straight away. I have to move it. I have to do all of the manual stuff.
Oh, that was a big spin.
Come on, activate. There we go. There we go. So, as you are... Oops. Okay, so you all walk off up the stairs into your room that you've basically bought out for the next few days, and you enter, and the elves kind of they sit down cross-legged in the middle of the floor, expectantly, making themselves somewhat comfortable. Their usual kind of implacable demeanor very evident.
I'll lie down in the bed and have a rest.
Okay.
While they tell the story.
What is it you wish to tell us?
First of all, I take out the broken handle of the hunting knife. That has now, I think, not split in two, but there's a massive crack in it. And I just put it down next to me. So we destroyed the knife, but also we talked to Priscilla. I assume you already know everything about her and about Eleanor?
We had our suspicions. We knew who Priscilla was. We were not 100% sure about Eleanor. But you have all but confirmed it.
So yeah, obviously the Lord doesn't know. No one in the keep knows. Maybe some of them have that suspicion, but no one talked to us about it. The Lord seemed very not happy, that's the wrong word, but I mean in the sense of that we offered to investigate for him before we found all of that out, and I don't think he wants us to. Maybe he just wants to put all of this to rest. I'm not entirely sure. And we did find out though that someone named Cartwright, I guess a vampire who's not adhering to any rules. Not that I know whether there are any vampire rules. Was responsible for Eleanor's death, and she said she met with him a lot of times actually in the last few months, year or so, and he fed on her, and something triggered that now she's dead. Well, now she's a vampire, but yeah. So. That's one thing. We also found out that there's the shadowy creature, and she literally is just gesturing wildly with her arms, is called a tall Gremlin, which, cool name.
Indeed. Indeed. Tolgramen are usually creatures who are they're creatures that are bound to a master. Sometimes fiendish, sometimes fey, sometimes devils, anything. And they raise hell, cause chaos, do their master's bidding.
Could Mivanwe be their master?
It would appear so.
Would you know of a way to stop a creature without killing the master?
We've never encountered a Tolgramen ourselves.
Stay with us. You might find it. We might run into it, actually. It's not looking too good.
Doesn't strike me as the kind of thing we run into more. It tracks you down and finds you. Vic?
Yes, it has been doing so for the past a few days now. We've bumped into it more regularly.
Yes.
I have the humming, just the humming, and Vic has told us that he has tapping as well. So he is definitely the next target by the sounds of it.
Indeed. We can't claim to be surprised. Knowing how hags like Mivanwe act, this seems to be fairly consistent with that. We would imagine that, much like with poor Pavlova, it's only a matter of time, when, not if, Vic becomes a victim.
Sorry, go on.
Chances are Vic potentially more likely to not perish. But who knows?
He is the tankiest out of all of us.
In that case, is there any way of banishing these creatures? Or is it just a matter of killing the master and that is all there is to it?
The reliable way would be to kill the master. There's tricky, but not impossible. The four of you have proven to be more than capable and competent, despite your shortcomings. And it won't be easy, but the possibility is there for victory.
So if we do go and take on this hag, I finally get to see the Feywild.
How about we don't go to the Feywild?
What are you proposing?
How about we fight on our turf? How about we bring her here? I don't know how. I don't know how that would work. But maybe that gives us at least a little bit of an advantage, even if she smells a trap, but still.
If she is more powerful in her world, then yeah, that would help us in an actual fight. But how are we gonna, even if we could trick her to get her into this world, how would that even be possible?
Maybe it doesn't need to be a trick, you know.
What, we invite her for tea and cake?
Nell literally contemplates for legit 5 seconds and then she shakes her head. No, of course not. We do something. We offer her something that she can only get here. And she needs to physically get here to get it. Ooh, that was horrible English.
Now, what would an old lady want?
No, she doesn't seem much for material things, more.
Games.
He still doesn't have Nell's soul. Or, maybe the one that got away, maybe she could be tempted with that.
Yeah, but why would she want to come to here to get it? I'm sure
This is
she'll
a very
probably
nice
be able to-
hotel.
I don't know, something tells me that she has the power to do it remotely.
Maybe.
Sköld, Aqua, and Nell. Make Arcana checks for me,
Good okay.
since you are the magic users of the group,
Well,
Yeah.
allegedly. Okay, you are all bang average on that one. Great.
You're still learning magic.
Still true. Nell,
Yeah.
with the higher roll, despite your lack of knowledge on magical things, if there's portals to the Feywild, there must be ways to summon things. Maybe there's a way. Aqua and Sköld, you know of summoning magic. You don't know of any spells yourselves. But, I mean, if anything's possible in the Feywild, why isn't anything possible in the material plane? Even if it's just a bit more difficult.
Is there a way to travel to the Feywild without using a portal? I'm asking, into the room, not the DM.
The elves nod. Yes. If you have powerful powerful spells, beyond us, I think. There are plane shift spells that allow one to travel between planes freely.
How about summoning something very powerful and sort of wrapping it here so they
I
can't
like
just
where this is going.
snap their fingers and travel back?
What are you proposing?
As I said, we bring Mivanwe here. We try
Forcefully,
and
by the sounds of it.
yeah. If not by trick, then forcefully. If not by Nell stops and she takes a deep breath. I mean, I tried to talk to her yesterday to offer her something and it didn't work, so that's not necessarily a position that I am in.
Well, did she not reply?
No, I'm not her special friend like you are, Vic.
Maybe you got nothing she wants.
Vic,
Maybe.
make an What are you proficient in? Okay.
What's... Oh.
Sorry, that was more a question to me. Okay. Make either a straight intelligence check or an arcana check with disadvantage. I mean, they're the same modifier, so it's the same roll really, but
I was just imagining that you're going to ask for something completely unrelated, like do an acrobatics check.
yeah. Do an acrobatics check is like daggers fly through the room.
That probably would have gone better.
Probably. There's something niggling you about the most recent vision / encounter you had with Mavamwe, but there's no spark of an idea. Nothing stands out right now.
So
Just too tired.
Okay. So with the dream I had, it was like I knew the person, but then I didn't really know the person.
It was
It was
so.
weird.
You know when you kind of have a dream,
Hmm.
and you think, "Oh, it feels kind of like deja vu," but you can't remember all the details, and you have one of those memories where there's a detail that is on the tip of your tongue. I don't know why I went tip of my tongue.
Yes.
It's like there's one tiny detail on the tip of your tongue, like who the friend was. You know of them as a friend. You know that you fought alongside them in many battles. You know that, for good or ill, they were your battle brother. But it's been quite a long time. It's been a few years. They died in battle, and either you've become so desensitized to it that you've just pushed them out of your brain, or there's just something resurfacing that memory, but in a way that wouldn't necessarily resurfacing the memory in a way that is designed to be detrimental to you or designed to negatively affect you.
Okay. So am I led to believe that's probably like Mavamwe give me this dream, or would I not know really?
It's difficult to tell. As a soldier, you've had bad dreams about battles and war. But this one was different. Usually the details are vague. You know, like in a dream, you don't remember everything. Faces are have that kind of dreamy blur to them where you can't quite put them together. And everything seems to happen in third person and first person at the same time because you're piecing things together in your memory that you don't quite remember. But this was like accurate down to the detail. You could even smell the battlefield. But the thing that you're focusing on mostly is this person who was your friend getting ripped in half or cut in half by an orc. Something or someone is giving you this dream, but you know, it's difficult to tell whether this is Mavamwe specifically.
Okay. I don't know who else would be messing with my brain though, so I'm going to assume it's her.
But it's a fair assumption. Like there's nothing to say it's not.
But I don't understand why. With an intelligence check of 2, I've got no idea.
Make a Constitution check for me, Vic.
Okay.
While you're lying on the bed, disadvantage because you're exhausted. Okay. As your friends and the elves are just talking away, planning, plotting, you feel yourself drift off to sleep. not intentionally. It's not even like a deep sleep per se. It's just a, snooze. But the tapping that you've been hearing basically non-stop since last night, like, you can feel it as well as hear it. And in your kind of sleepy state, you realize that where you're feeling it is your chest. And you're hearing your heartbeat in time with the tapping. Or the tapping is in time with your heartbeat.
Okay. I don't know where to go with this.
About 10 minutes after you doze off,
I'm sleeping, I guess.
like about 10 minutes after you doze off, someone in the room says something that just kind of stands out and is slightly louder than the rest, and it sort of brings you back to consciousness, and you do the sort of kind of thing where you like shock yourself awake again.
I was not asleep.
Just
You were
resting my eyes.
snoring. You were
I don't
snoring.
snore. I don't
Oh, you
snore.
do. Oh, you do.
It seems really strange that Aqua, you've got the humming as well, haven't you?
Only the humming, mate. I ain't got anything more.
And there's no like, is it just a dull hum or is there like a pan to it or anything?
Has it actually got louder since this morning?
For you, it's just been like a monotonous drone in the back of your head.
Yeah, it hasn't changed much.
Okay, it just seems weird that for me it's like the taps are like in time with my heartbeat, as if it's like inside me, weirdly. But
That's definitely not worrying.
No.
could it be like a curse, do you think? Like, do you think we just need to find a healer who can remove curses?
And at that moment, a spark flies into my brain, and I remember that I can identify things, but not only just objects,
Oh, yes.
but other people as well. And so I say to Vic, hold that thought. I may be able to help. So,
I'll leave my clothes on this time.
Yes, you don't need to strip.
Okay.
I'm sure that was just for Now's amusement.
Aww.
Okay, and then I cast Identify.
Okay. Do you need to roll anything for it? Is it just a...
I don't think so. No.
It just does it.
It just does it. Throughout the curse, okay. You sort of touch Vic on the shoulder, like sort of rest your hand on his shoulder, and you cast your spell, sort of holding onto your holy symbol with your other hand, and speaking the words and tracing a kind of little somatic sort of somatic thing on his shoulder. I can't think of the word, sorry. And there's something... The spell doesn't work quite how you expected. There's no spell affecting him. But you can feel like a sort of oppressive presence around him. Almost shrouding him. But almost like there's no word for it to identify, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But you're able to discern that there's no spells affecting him currently.
Right. So yeah, appears like there isn't anything affecting you, but you do. No spells anyway. But something's a bit off. Something just there, but I can't quite grasp it. can't quite figure out what it is.
Well, that makes me kind of low on ideas then. Should we go kill it then?
I mean, at the moment, our options are figure out a way to summon the hag, beat up this creature over and over and over again, or go look for a vampire, I guess.
Would rather just take care of Vic before we even open that can of worms.
Yeah, it's probably best if we look at one problem at a time. Now that we know that this most recent killing isn't to do with the Hum-ting killer, that kind of is a good thing, in a way.
Sköld, how often can you cast Identify?
Fairly frequently. I could do it to Aqua, if that's what you're asking.
No! Did I ever ask you to identify the knife?
I don't think you did, no.
Oh, that was very smart of me, wasn't it?
I believe it was described as just a regular knife before.
Yeah, but who knows whether there was any magic that affected it. We'll
It's still
save
in
it
that
for
furnace now.
Yeah, exactly. I still have the handle though. We'll save it for now, because I don't think you'll be able to. Maybe you will be, but I just don't want to use all of your resources right now. So maybe
Divine
later.
power.
Yeah.
Maybe, if you get close enough, you can identify the creature. If we can,
Maybe.
pin him down long enough.
It's not a bad idea.
Does the spell say you can identify creatures specifically, or
Let me consult.
Take a minute to do.
I have literally just read the spell and I still can't remember. So
If you touch a creature throughout your casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it, but it doesn't say that you identify it itself.
Yeah.
okay, doesn't mean you can't try.
Could
We
be
just need
affected
to
by a spell.
somehow hold it down for a minute so you could touch it.
Like 10 rounds of combat. That'd be quite a lot.
Still don't understand why I could understand the language that it's speaking.
Are you proficient in any particular language?
There's one.
This one.
Go on, what is that language? We're all waiting.
The common language. She doesn't know that she can speak Infernal.
Oh, right.
I mean, she now knows that there's another language that she can speak, but it's sort of a little bit of a puzzle tongue situation where she's like, what the fuck is coming out of my mouth?
Maybe it's because of that whip you've been able to learn it.
Oh, maybe.
Since you've got that stuff has been happening.
That is a concerning idea, but I like it.
Alrighty then. So I suppose our next step is to face my Vanway. As much as I wanted to avoid conflict directly, I think it might be our only option now. Or
Yeah.
Where are we gonna do this? Because we don't want to destroy the city.
Let's get back out in the woods. We will probably have a better chance to look after Vic there as well. Without putting any other people in harm's way.
The hags, in general, they like to show how smart they are. If you could goad her enough, make her feel like she needs to prove herself, then maybe.
I am the best dice player. No other player is better than me.
Do you think she has a small ego?
That's
Big
small.
ego.
Yeah. Very big ego. What are you suggesting?
Well, we insult her. Oh, is there... Ah, fuck. Is there any...
I feel if anyone's going to assault her, Vic should do it. He's the one that seems to be able to contact her.
Yes.
She's gonna slide into her DMs.
Right, I'm down for doing it. What am I gonna say?
I don't know.
It's a good point.
Because I mean, who knows if she knows what she might know what we're doing now. She might know where we are. She might know what we're saying. Who knows?
Would it be enough to even bring her to this realm? I mean, that requires some severe coercing.
If she feels sufficiently challenged, or if she feels like there's an opportunity for her to gloat or show off, then she could make her own way here.
I think
We
I
could
might.
pee her off by helping the poor.
No. How about we gloat about how now they're so unaffected? She must be stronger than Nirvana.
This
Okay.
is why she wasn't able to get anything from now. That's a good idea.
We could say that you're surprised. Wasn't there another town like Oak something up to the north that had the similar problem? Do we know if it was even Mavanway who was in charge of that one happening? Because maybe her sister, one of her sisters, did it, and we can say how that was a much better job up there. And it's a very bad, like they're not doing a very good job of.
That is an
killing
option,
people.
because we wasn't told which hag was in control. We only was told it was happening.
Yeah, Oldencliff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we could say that, like, remember the Oldencliff being much more impressive. Maybe that's because there was a better hag in charge, but then it could have been her, someone at work.
Top tier hag.
There's been no deaths for a few days either, so maybe we can say that, like, are they done? Are they that pathetic to give up that easily?
Yeah, yes. Got some ammunition.
Even if it was her, you could goad her into saying that she's getting sloppy in her old age, that she's
Yeah.
less successful now than she was back then. There's all sorts of options.
Yeah. Let's do that. That sounds like a plan.
We're a ragtag group of adventurers that managed to stop her plans.
Yeah.
It's
We've
possible.
only known each other a few weeks and we can still beat her.
Yeah.
How embarrassed she must be.
Okay.
I think I could upset her.
Gotta put your heart into it. You gotta mean the words.
Oh, I will.
We'll
let's
fight her
just-
with love on the beaches.
There'll be no love, only steel. Well, actually, no, it's crystal. My sword's made of crystal. Never mind.
It's
Wow.
true.
Show off.
Fabulous. Just like reflecting
Now
everywhere.
looks at
so,
her
where do we
rusty
do this?
dagger.
Yeah, where do we? Where we want to go out into the woods? You say, and
Yeah,
Have a
and not
camping
by
session?
the road. Not by the road either. Somewhere deep in the woods.
no, don't go too deep.
How far is that? Well, it would be a forest, but we burnt it down because of the spiders. How far's that?
That's about a week
What's
away,
this?
because that's just north of Orva.
Probably too far then.
Yeah, that'd be a
Think it's best
fair
to-
trek.
We don't have to go too far out of the town. We
No.
just, even just an hour outside of town would be fine. And then just into the woods a little bit so that we are not affecting anyone directly traveling on the road.
Yeah, 30 minutes, 1 hour walk. We'll go. I'll try to talk to her. If it works, she comes through. We fight. Someone dies. Or we all die,
Ideally, her.
ideally.
I'm not liking the confidence here.
Yeah,
Wow.
we can do it.
Confident. She's not. She doesn't know. Nell doesn't know. Nell doesn't know that she would have fought her in the hut if she had the chance. I can't say anything.
Yeah, I mean, look, I understand she's a hag and she's a witch and all, but She looked pretty weak. I don't know. I just feel like I could cut her in half if I really wanted to. So we'll
That's more like it.
Hey, let's go teach this old woman a lesson.
What time is it?
It's getting close to evening now.
In the morning. I can't see.
Do you want to go now and then we have a rest overnight in the woods, or do you want to have a rest and we go in the morning?
I think the longer we put this off, the worse it's going to get for me and probably Aqua as well.
Alright.
Part of me wants to go now and just fight her now, but
It makes total sense.
if we can take 30 minutes to walk somewhere that's like away from civilization, it's still going to be just as light as it is now.
Yeah, that would be fair. If you were gonna walk somewhere into the forest now, within half an hour you'd probably still be within sight of Wildenwell. Let alone like anywhere far enough to kind of change the time of day, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we
That's
don't have to
not-
be
yeah.
like hidden. We just have to be
My concern is not to be hidden. My concern is
away where people are going to be walking
Yeah.
regularly.
yeah.
A few minutes, job done. Vic gets up and goes to the door.
Okay.
Raring.
As he gets up, I cast prestidigitation and just let a shower of glitter, of fiery glitter, fall over him, just to make him look a little bit less pathetic.
Ouch.
So now
Nick, watch out, you're burning.
okay.
I'll just brush myself down quite a lot.
It's everywhere. You have glitter in your hair, in your eyes, in your mouth. You inhaled some. There's some sort of behind your ear. There's like fallen all over your brand new armor that's very old. It's even fallen in your shoe. You are glittery.
Vic, you hear in your head, "You look fabulous," and she gives him a big, like genuine big grin.
Do you have your eye patch on yet?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, nothing. I'm just gonna shake myself down a tiny bit, knowing it's gonna make no difference, and then just carry on. Turn around to the elves. Are you guys gonna join us, or do you wanna stay in town?
Aye, all the way. Let's go.
I'm pretty sure he was talking to the elves.
Yeah.
Okay, Sköld.
Never mind.
Are you an
Come in?
Are you an elf now?
Identity crisis.
The dwarf
I mean-
thinking he's an elf.
I can dream, can't I?
Aww.
The elves. No, we will stay. You work as a cohesive unit together. We would get in the way.
Sounds reasonable. I ain't slowing down. I don't know
Okay.
which way we're going, but I'm gone.
Yes, player.
Teleport there.
I was gonna say you missed it by one. Okay. So where are you going? What's happening?
Outside Wildenwell.
Out the
we
back
go.
door.
We go through the main.
That's a back door. Save time saver.
Oh,
Let's
nice. Yeah, nice.
go.
I just noticed.
I guess just go to the edge of town and just head towards grass, ground that's free of
Yeah.
paths and stuff.
Okay.
Outside of the, let's get outside the walls, I guess. Otherwise, the guards
Yeah.
might be like, "What are you fighting?" and then beat us up as well.
Yeah.
So I guess out the main gate and then 30 minutes away. 20
Down
minutes.
30 minutes down the road, 10 minutes into the woods, sort of where it feels like there's no one going to necessarily come by without actually looking for us.
Okay. So you're
Somewhere
going
There's like some kind of opening, but
like
not
off the beaten track.
Yeah.
Okay.
like
Okay.
dense. Ideally, if you've got anything similar.
So you make. Who's gonna lead the trek?
Not me.
I'll lead it.
You were so up for it a second ago, Vic. What happened? Where's your spirit?
I get disadvantage on all my checks.
Very true.
Fair.
That's why I'm a bit tired.
Are you
tired.
going to get disadvantage on attack rolls as well?
No.
Oh,
You
thank
do. You get disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws.
Not for 1 point, I don't think.
I'm fairly confident that's how it goes.
Let's recheck the rules before we fight.
Great.
think it
Our
was.
main man's been nerfed.
Look, I am very capable as well, right?
Oh, for crying out loud.
I'm sure you are.
You are a
Yes,
strong,
now.
independent woman now.
Oh,
I think
no,
1
sorry.
point- Yeah.
You bitch.
Yeah. 3 levels of exhaustion is attack rolls and saving throws. My
So
apologies.
I'm just ability check, so I can. Even if there's the next one, I'd still only have speed halved. I could still do something.
Speed halved is pretty hefty, though.
I don't want it.
Oh.
They will come to me.
Okay. So whoever's leading, just make a survival check for me.
Aye, I'll do that.
Hey, I'll do that.
There we go.
Cool.
You're welcome.
Okay, so a half an hour walk outside of town. You come out of the gate, and there's guards that kind of nod to you and acknowledge you as you leave. They eye your weapons and everything, and the usual kind of, look over as you go past. Sköld, you're just like... Sorry, carry on.
Is the regular guard there that we recognised from before?
No, this is a different guard this time.
Okay.
But there's... It seems like there's younger, slightly less experienced guards in tow today, or on guard even today. Sorry. Sköld, you lead the way, confident and just sort of choosing a direction and going, basically not following any roads. After about half an hour to 40 minutes, you find yourselves at like a small pond that looks like it's been used as a storage spot for loggers. So there's probably a logging camp somewhere nearby, or this was maybe a logging outpost, and there's a few remaining barrels just left behind that probably held water or fluids for whatever, basically.
Cool. Well,
At this point,
do you think this is a good spot?
I guess so.
I think so.
Where are we
I
sticking the tent?
Is
Oh
it
no,
night
if we
now?
need it then.
I just like having the tent down in fights.
I got a bit damaged before. I don't know if we particularly wanted to get incinerated or anything.
No.
It did manage to repair itself, actually. It was quite. It's it also picked up some magical qualities, which is very nice.
Well, I suppose that's convenient.
Yeah, for us it seems. I'll look at Nell. Is the water too deep to run through this little pond?
it gets fairly deep, probably just under chin height, when at its deepest point, right in the middle.
Okay, not ideal, but I think we can get it done.
If it comes to it, I can go in the water.
You
I don't know
can.
why I would, but I can go in the water.
Okay.
Humming, same heartbeat, ticks the same.
Now that you're aware of it, you're distinctly aware of the fact that as you walk and your kind of heartbeat naturally increases, the tapping does too. And the humming kind of interweaves, rises and falls in pitch and tone as sort of through the tapping. It's kind of uncanny, honestly.
Okay. Anything you guys need to get ready before we look at doing this?
I suppose we could.
I have no idea if that was meant to stay on or not.
Let me just check some wards that I have, see if I can better our odds.
I think you'd still have that
Mm-hmm.
because
Would I?
you did it inside the place when
You did
Nell
it
was trying to burn the dagger.
Ah,
up.
yes, okay. I thought I did it way before that, but that's fine then. I still have that then.
Yeah, that's why I didn't mention it this time, because it was still from last time. Which is
Yeah.
As you
really
are
good
going to
English.
be our main man doing the attacking and the provoking, I shall bestow upon you a ward of protection from good and evil.
Ooh, I'm like watching in awe from a distance.
And what this will allow is for you to be more adept at fighting against fey creatures, which is going to be a high
Oh.
likelihood.
That will help.
Nice.
Right,
Thank you.
I remember how to do.
Who are you giving that to?
To Vic.
To Vic. Okay. Cool. Nice, you've got the actual icon, so it's up to you to remember, not me. Perfect, I like it.
Okay, I don't know what it actually does. But
Let me.
specifically,
remember.
like, yeah.
Well, it says it's a concentration spell as well.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah, it's,
well,
it's a 10-minute concentration.
Okay.
So if protection grants several benefits, a creature of those type have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you.
nice. Okay, so you kind of arrive at somewhere you feel is far enough away from people to not suffer any collateral damage, but also close enough by that if there was potentially a chase or you needed to escape quickly, you could get back to the city within enough time that there's no risk of death. Maybe.
Of other people.
Yes, of
Yes.
other people.
Okay.
So, what is the plan?
I guess in my head, I'm going to just took some van way.
All right.
Try to get her to appear.
Okay. Make a. Make a wisdom check for me.
Disadvantage still?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
Oh
unfortunate.
dear.
That's literally a 20 and a 1.
Yeah.
You feel, before you hear, your heartbeat pounding in your chest.
Mhm.
Almost from 0 to 100, it just starts going. And then you feel like overwhelmed with just a voice. You keep wanting to talk, but you never say anything.
What do you mean?
This vexes me. What do you want?
I was kind of wondering what it feels like to be bested. I mean, hasn't been a death in the
I know, you cut
town
out
for
yours.
days. Your Togrammon, did I cut out?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe just rejoin Discord quickly. I think I keep cutting out and stuff. Okay, we'll try again.
Okay.
So how it feels like to be bested, or your Togrammon seems to have failed. I mean, they haven't killed anyone in days. I thought we're supposed to be getting better, not worse.
You speak brave words for someone in your position.
I'm not worried about you, to be fair. I don't think any of us are that concerned. I heard, I mean, the hag, I don't know if it was you, but there was one in Olden Cliff where a hag actually did something significant. I don't know if it was you, maybe it was you when you were more impressive, or maybe it was one of your sisters who was better, I don't know.
Are you calling me unoriginal?
Well,
You saying I don't have ideas of my own.
Doesn't it appears like? Was it not you in the other place then? Were you copying one of your sisters? Because that would be the definition of unoriginal, I guess.
I refined their idea, improved upon it.
But with much worse outcome? Like, to refine it and make it would be to make it better. Doesn't appear better.
I have been the cause of more deaths. My Torgramen has evolved, grown stronger. It's learning.
Yeah, but that's even not you, is it? You're Torgramen. You said you're not even doing anything. It's kind of tragic, really. Are you not up for it anymore?
You think I'm weak?
Seems like your Torgramen's stronger.
You think I'm unworthy?
I think everyone is starting to say that in town, yeah.
Can we hear all of that, or is it all happening in his head?
No, you have no idea.
Okay.
Roll... Roll a wisdom saving throw for me. Please, Vic.
That's 2 nat ones, though.
It is, in a row. It's impressive. You feel like a throbbing pain in your head as anger starts building. You can feel the anger. And it's sort of, instead of enveloping your body, it just literally seems to be growing inside your brain, almost like a migraine. You take 5 points of psychic damage as just pain racks through your head. Do you think I'm weak now? Or do you want more?
I mean, that seemed pretty tame, to be fair. I thought maybe you could be... I thought maybe a bit more impressive. I mean, you're going to do it from that kind of range? You're going to come here and actually show me what you can really do? Because if this is it, I don't know. I think I'll just go to sleep.
You push your luck. Do not wish for what you cannot. You feel a connection, the connection, just snap. Almost like wire that's been pulled taut, just being cut.
Bit hung up.
The pain gone. Tapping and humming still there.
Okay. I'll just say, like, she didn't seem best pleased with what I was saying.
That's good.
It's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
I think it definitely riled her up. Could she be here? We don't know. I don't know. Maybe she's coming. Maybe she's too scared.
Make a perception check.
Yeah, let's have a look around.
Yeah, I would like to have a look around as well. Just... Focus.
Okay. Nell, you have by far the best dark vision. You can see the furthest. Currently, you see no signs of a Tolgrammon anywhere, and there's no obvious signs of a hag. So, do with that info as you will.
To be fair, I wouldn't know what a hag looks like, so
Yeah, it's true. You have no idea.
yeah. I look around and I look back at the group. I don't know. I don't think she's here. I don't think anything's here. How are you feeling, Vic? How are you feeling, Vic?
Oh no.
Goodbye, Furious.
The hag's got Vic.
He's just gone.
He feels so bad, he just dies.
Yeah.
Guess I'll just die.
Doing that once, I guess.
Well, on this interlude, I'm going to go to the loo.
Okey-dokey.
Interlude.
Hey.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
that was psychic damage right there.
No, that was great. I'm good at this. What are you talking about?
Don't know what happened with me, but yeah, I think
Oh.
I'm back.
You're back.
Welcome back.
Maybe.
We can hear you at the moment.
Yeah, everything went. Then it was like, oh, when it gone? Then it was back again instantly. I don't think I can move anything on Foundry though, so I might have to refresh.
Oh no. Oh god.
Yeah, I can't move. I'm not paused or anything, am I? So
No, you're fine.
you guys can move, can't you?
Yep.
I
Yeah, I'm
can't see
swimming
you
right
really.
now while I wait for you to get back.
I'm gonna refresh.
Okay. 3,000 years later.
Just keep swinging the sword for me, mate, until it's dead. That'll work.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
From behind, not Burius, Vic just gets stabbed repeatedly 14 times.
No, this is actually Burius this time. It's not just Vic anymore.
Yeah, literally.
Did I miss anything when I was? Did she
No,
appear?
I was asking. No, she didn't. I was asking you how you're doing. Nell doesn't see anything, and she just is like, "Well, I don't know what to look for. I don't see anything. There's nothing here." And she turns to Vic and is like, "How are you actually feeling, Vic?"
Oh, okay. Fine. I feel like I really did a good job. I think, and I'll probably like just briefly sum up what I was saying to her, and how it's all true as well, just in case she's eavesdropping.
Okay. So, Mavamwe's weak.
Yeah.
Unoriginal.
Unoriginal.
Definitely unoriginal.
Her sisters are better than her. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, if this doesn't work.
Basically, Vic could 1v1 her with no problems, with his eyes closed and hands tied behind his back. And that's canon, so that's happening.
If she had them, if you decided not to use magic, then for sure, yeah, I reckon I could. Use a rusty spoon or something.
You can beat her in an arm wrestle.
I reckon so. I'm back in already, guys. Look
Just
at
twist her head
Amazing.
back around. She twists.
So as you feel like the connection snap and just be like cut apart, you feel slightly free, almost like there's been something nagging at you that is gone all of a sudden.
Okay.
But
Was I feeling this? So before I even chatted to her this time, that's kind of gone. Like, was it feeling bad? Then I chatted to her, and then it feels good now.
I wouldn't say feels good. You still have the tapping and the humming, but you essentially had her butt dialed. Like she was almost. It feels now like she was almost always there.
Okay. So she might have been listening on our plan anyway, like realistically, but I still doesn't mean to try and get annoyed, I guess. Okay.
Aqua,
Yes.
the humming that has just been a drone in the back of your head starts getting louder.
Oh, fun. As it's been steady for a while now, I notice it. I make sure that the rest of the group know that now my humming has just picked up in volume. So we might be getting something approach us.
Yeah, that means it's getting closer. I'll draw my sword and do the light effect, which does 30 bright, 60 dim.
Dim, yeah.
Okay. I can do that for you.
Hope you light up the whole area, or as much as possible.
We'll just do that.
Nice.
Nice.
See if it helps us spot anything or any like
Okay.
things come out.
Sköld,
Oh,
make a perception check.
that I will. Okay.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Nice.
Oh,
Someone needs to pick up big slack.
That's one, that's one. What do you mean?
You notice behind Nell
No.
noted.
a shadow flash and disappear, even through Vic's light. Nell, you hear and then feel a whoosh and something brush against you. And then you can hear humming.
Fuck me.
Sköld, with
Nope.
your nat 20 for a 24, you see the shape of a body you recognize, sort of billowing, almost like paper in the wind, but just as pure shadow.
Okay.
You are the only one now who can't hear the humming.
Guys, I hear the humming now.
Oh, welcome now. You joined the club.
Thanks. And I turn around to see like where I felt the whoosh or whatever. I turn around to see if I see anything.
You don't see anything directly from where you felt the whoosh,
Oh,
but
no.
all of you see 4 creatures standing relatively equal distance apart around the other side of the pond.
Great, she's still sending her lackeys.
That doesn't look like the same one though.
They look
It looks
different.
slightly different.
This creature looks like it has the same body as before. Sort of slim, thin, tall, dressed in sort of simple clothing, shield that now looks more formed and actually there instead of just shadow, and the same scimitar in the hand that you've seen before and faced before. But this time there is a face, and it's the face of a half-elven male that looks somewhere between scared and angry, and doesn't seem to know what to think. This face is similar to Vic's, just with extra years, almost pristinely smooth and blemish-free, with just the hint of a wrinkle or two here or there, and it's kind of almost shrouded in a veil of shadow that gives it a kind of almost, it gives it a very creepy look. the 4 of the creatures, as you're staring at them, advance 10 feet closer.
No, don't
Reaction
forget.
shot.
Oh, go on.
I know. I want to.
Yeah, I was gonna ray of frost this one down at the bottom.
Okay. As you see them get closer, do your thing.
Yeah. Right, guys, we have to find out which one's the real one.
Oh dear.
You miss as your ray of frost emerges from the palm of your hand and flies straight off into the tree behind you. Now, what you do?
As Aqua is sending his ray of frost, I'm just reaching out to the creature in its head and saying, "Your family is dead. They're not here anymore. You're being controlled."
As you say that, you hear a reply almost immediately. It's just a whisper. Lies. But you don't hear it just once. You hear it 4 times. Staggered by half a second.
Okay.
Lies, lies, lies,
Do
lies.
Do I hear it in common or in infernal?
You're not sure. You don't know what the difference is.
Okay. It's not. Yeah, I let the other do something.
10 feet closer.
I'm going to swing for this one.
Okay. You charge forward, pulling out your sword, and you swipe down. Make your attack. $16 misses. Don't forget to target them.
Yes.
As you swing out with your sword, it gets its shield up, and you make like hard, heavy contact with its shield, and all of you hear the clang of crystal sword on sort of metal and wooden shield, and it almost gives a little bit under the strength of your swing, but holds its ground.
That means that's the real one then, because before it would just go through, wouldn't it?
Sköld, are you doing anything?
Yes, I was going to move to protect Aqua, as he is a bit squishy.
Okay.
Hold the ground.
No, thank you, dwarf.
Okie dokie. In that case, I need everybody to roll initiative for me.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes, they're all real. Dun, dun, dun.
That would
Uh-oh.
be
Okay. After you swing, Vic, and your sword makes contact with the shield, before you even have a chance to react, the scimitar in its hand swings round and just strikes out at you like with immense speed. Like it's almost impossible to comprehend how quick this reacts. And hits, misses.
Ooh.
You manage to get your shield back just in time to deflect it slightly so that it grinds across your shield and makes a kind of sound.
Your armor class is ridiculous.
yeah.
I didn't pick it. I'll take it though.
And unlike the previous times when you've faced this, it only attacks once, and you get your turn.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to use my bonus action to go big Vic.
We are thickening.
Yeah,
The thickening.
Okay.
And target the creature on the go for. I mean, so I'm a bit confused now because it didn't attack loads of times like the last time. They look different. I don't know, so I don't know if I have to kill them all properly or not. So I'm just going to go and swing at this one. And hopefully.
It uses shield.
Boo!
Uses shield as a reaction.
It does.
Okay. Do we want to do science or do I want to carry on?
So as you swing your sword, like as basically while its sword is still sliding across your shield, you retaliate with a swing towards its midsection, and it manages to somehow just produce a blue ethereal shimmer around its body that deflects your sword strike with
Okay.
ease.
Ooh. So knowing that Nell's yet to act and that it's just reacted to block me, I'm going to move over to this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move over to this one. Oh, I was measuring. For that one. And then I'm going to use an action surge to attack this one as my action surge attack.
Okay, go for it.
To see if they're all being mean or just the one.
Being mean.
It doesn't matter if they're real.
This time, similar to the first time you attacked the other one, you bring your sword down in a very vicious strike that would probably cut it from shoulder to groin, but it manages to get its shield up in the way and it makes another hefty contact.
Okay. I think that is gonna be me done.
Okay. This one here. You just see it lift its feet off the ground and it starts hovering. Its feet just kind of flop down straight, almost like it's no bother to it, and it just starts gliding across the pond.
Nope.
Straight in front of you, Sköld.
That's not creepy.
Not like that. Mm.
27, and you
That does
take
indeed hit.
you take 10 points of slashing damage as it glides across the pond almost nonchalantly, and then as it gets close, it just dashes the last 10 feet and stabs its scimitar straight down the front of your chest, and just its mouth and eyes open with just rage and still a hint of confusion, but it's overwhelmingly quick. And that's its turn. This one, with you, Vic, in front of it, is going to go for you as well. 26 hits.
Is this creature of any of the varieties that would get a disadvantage?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Oh, it's not Faye then, no? Okay.
You take 7 points of slashing damage as while it's braced
3 or
with your
4.
7. Say again, sorry.
Reduced to 3 or 4. It's not magical, is it?
Halved and round down.
Okay, 3 then. Okay, cool.
Well, no, it is magical. Sorry.
It is magical, yeah.
Yes.
Speed.
Okay, this time it's magical. Okay.
So while your sword is still braced on its shield and it's holding you back, it stabs upwards with its scimitar and manages to catch you in the gut. Your new armor, as you take the hit, all of the runes on it glow like a very deep blue and seem to absorb the hit. You still feel the pain, but you don't take any cuts.
Okay.
Sköld, we come round to you.
Okay. So I'm gonna hammer this one that has so rudely stabbed me.
Okay, go for it.
Hammer. So let's
You miss, unfortunately. Your hammer collides square with its shield, and it just sort of, it's still got that look of rage that it had as it charged at you on its face, and it's kind of like eyes open, and it's a nasty look. I don't even know how to describe it. And it just kind of catches your hammer nonchalantly on its shield.
These guys are a bit tougher, I swear, than the previous one. See if you can do anything, Aqua.
Wow. As I've just watched it float across the pond and stab my shield. Okay, dwarf.
I was about to say, excuse me.
I am gonna. My tides of chaos are gonna go off,
Okay.
and
You're gonna roll a d20.
Oh, am I now?
D100. Is it
Oh,
D100?
am I? Yeah, it
D100.
should be whenever you want. Yeah.
Yeah, roll a D100, dude.
20.
20. Nice.
Don't remember.
20 is a good
Oh.
number usually.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Let's pull stream up to see your face expression.
Okay, that didn't work. Hang
If
on.
I summon something.
You do this. This is what you do.
Grease.
What?
What?
Ignore
Okay.
the d20 roll. You cast grease centered on yourself. The grease covers the ground in a 10-foot square centered on a point within range and turns into difficult terrain for the duration. When the grease appears, each creature standing in its area must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. A creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must also succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. I need both Sköld and Aqua to make dexterity saving throws.
Jeez Louise.
It's already in the
Yeah.
thing, so you can use that one.
Oh
Whoa.
dear.
Sköld, you are prone.
God damn it.
Whoa.
Aqua, you are also prone. The tall Grammon is not prone.
Yeah, because it's floating.
It's floating.
It's got them no clips.
Okay.
Well, can I still then use at least my turn to stand back up?
You can use half your movement to stand back up, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to do that, please.
Okay. Tides of Chaos is a bonus action, isn't it?
Yeah, I
It's a
believe I
feature?
can just activate it whenever I want. Yeah.
Yes. So you still have your action and bonus action.
Okay, well, I'm going to use half my movement to stand up, so I'm no longer prone. I'm then going to pull out my sword,
Okay.
and I'm going to go take a swing with advantage.
Go for it.
Nice.
Ooh.
I didn't target, did I? Oops. 21 hit.
It does. It takes the hit. So roll your damage. 8
Nice.
points. Nice.
Nice.
Okay. So you swing out with your rapier and you stab it and you manage to catch it right under the collarbone, and you just feel as your rapier stabs through the creature, it feels almost like rice pudding. There's some resistance there, but it mostly just parts, and there's no blood. There's no real flesh. It's just like a puddingy mush.
It's a non-Newtonian fluid.
I will shout then to the rest of them. Guys, I managed to actually hit one.
Congrats! Why did you fall down?
It's the wet round here.
These ones seem to be blocking too, though. I don't know if they're all real.
They might be, but I think they're the clay monsters we fought a while back. They're just strong.
Right, one each. Let's go.
I end my turn after that.
Okay. The tall Grammon to the right of Sköld that you targeted first. Oops, that's the wrong button.
Yeah, why have I got the wrong one targeted?
Oh, that's why she didn't have to do a thing, because you were targeting the wrong one. Is also going to just float over to you, Sköld. Prone on the ground.
I know how it goes.
She's going
Sorry, did you just say she?
Oh.
I didn't mean she. I meant it.
I was gonna say it does kind of look like the ring girl.
I was about to say, like, there's some lore that we need to discover, but okay.
Okay, so a crit, apparently, on a 19. You take 13 points of slashing damage as it just swings its scimitar down and catches you basically in, like, a joint between your hip and your leg, and just slices down the side of your hip. It then ends its turn. Now, we're over to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna move. Actually, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay. And I'll cast Burning Hands 2nd level.
Okay.
Which is a dexterity saving throw, must be of 13.
Okay. I don't know why it's not asking me to do that already, but I can do it. It must be a 13, you say. Does a 7 succeed?
Okay.
Ooh,
Nope.
good.
And it's 4d6
Ooh, wow.
Oh, now it's asking me to do it. Never mind.
fire damage.
11 fire damage. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
I'll roll this. It's made me succeed, but that's fine. 11 was it?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'll move 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can't move further back. Is that actually what? 4,
Lag.
5, 6, right? Yeah. Turn. That's my turn.
It's nearly back in the city.
Yeah, you coward. As you burning hands, the creature, as the fire just sort of radiates from your palm, it envelops the creature, and you can see it almost bubbling, like the skin, the armor, the whole visage just starts bubbling, and then settles down, and it rises off the ground, and just floats back over to you, and is gonna take a scimitar attack at you. Doom, doom, doom. 24.
Yeah.
Is it within 30 feet of me? Nope.
Afraid not. Why are you no roll damage?
It flashed up telling me I've got one reaction available.
Oh,
I'm like,
sorry, I
not
didn't mean to target Vic. Sorry. So you take 12 points of slashing damage now as it swings over, and again, like it did to Sköld, the last 10 feet, it darts forward and swings down with its scimitar and just slices like across the neck, just missing the main artery and kind of basically slicing your throat, but missing anything major.
Okay.
And then that's its turn. Vic Valor.
Well, now went too far away, so I don't think I've had to make up the ground. Still big.
Still big.
I'm gonna swing on this one again.
Okay.
Well, yeah, again. Oh my good god, can you stop it?
Come on, dude. You're embarrassing the team.
Well, you gave it shield. It's gonna get a shield anyway, probably. So, I don't know. Do I want to move just to get closer over there? Might be a good idea. I'll stay here. It's just gonna get his reaction otherwise. Yeah. How much health am I down? Not much.
You're only down 12.
I am. Okay, I'll hold off then. That's me done.
Okay. The one that's floating over the pond is going to go for you, Sköld, since you are prone.
Hi.
Ooh. 10 slashing damage as it crits against you lying on the ground. As you feel the one scimitar come down across your hip, one sort of slams down in your chest. Doesn't go for like any cuts. It just literally goes for more of a chest impact to sort of affect your heart more than anything.
Oh, it's fucking good.
This one across here, Vic, is just going to go straight for you, of course. Oops. Boop. And you block it easily. Like you just basically just swat the strike away. I can words. And that's its turn. Sköld, we're back to you.
Righty-ho. Well, in an effort to not die, I'm going to try to cure wounds on myself at a 2nd level.
Okay.
So let's see. So it's 1 plus d8, 1d8 plus my skill casting ability modifier, and then when it's the second level, it's essentially
2d8.
double that.
2d8.
2d8. And is it 2d8 plus my spell casting modifier? Okay.
So it should be proficiency plus wisdom,
Okay, proficiency plus wisdom. Okay, got it.
which should be 6.
Yes, so if I then roll in manually, because I'll do it otherwise. Please stand by.
Okay, you get 13 hit points back. As
That's
you're kind of lying on the ground, having taken these 2 brutal hits, you just lay your hand on yourself and cast your Cure Wounds. What does your Cure Wounds look like, by the way?
So I assume it's kind of like glowing hands of radiant light. This is one of the it's the touch spell.
You can see the radiant energy from Sköld's hands sort of spread across his body as he casts the spell on himself, and you can just see some of the wounds that he has knitting themselves back together. Slowly, but they're getting there. Sorry.
Right, so I'm going to use my movement to get back up on my feet,
Okay, so you use half movement to stand up.
and then I'm going to move over to here. So I'm outside the grease.
Okay, so yep, you stay within.
Both their boxes.
Yes, so you're okay. That's fine.
Good.
So-
Alright, I'll return.
I was trying to make sure you still had the movement because it's difficult terrain, so it's double movement or half movement. Sorry, but you're okay.
Yay.
Cool. So we come back round to Aqua.
I am gonna. Can I get in the water without this one getting a reaction on me? Considering I'll still be in a box. If I'm like,
You could move to here, yeah.
yeah. That's where I want to move to.
Mhm.
So I'm out the grease also, and then I'm gonna do Rim's Binding Ice. If I can spin it with the mouse wheel fast enough. On them 2.
Okay, go for it. Roll your damage.
Very nice.
Ooh.
Boop.
Oh yeah, don't they have to make a check as well? Quickly get it up on D&D
Why are they-
Beyond.
Why are they prone?
They have to make Constitution saving throws.
Yeah, they've done that.
Oh.
They succeeded
Oh.
with a 20 and a 26.
Oh.
Oh my god.
They're not getting off that. Well, they're not even on the ground.
It's true. They still take damage though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the damage? 10. Nice.
Yeah.
It's put you both prone again. I'm not sure why, but oh, I think it was because you was.
Dinosaur.
I forgot to get you to do dex saves for the grease again, but it's fine. It's all good. So minus 10 for that one. Minus 10 for the one. Okay, so the second one, the furthest one away here, as you send out your blinding ice, or binding ice, sorry, you can see, even though it succeeds on its save and it's still got free movement, it's starting to look actually frozen. Like, its body just sort of seems clumpy and a bit less free.
Okay.
Like that time when Iron Man went into the atmosphere. I think it was on the first movie.
Yes.
Vic hasn't seen that one.
No,
Haven't you?
Nell hasn't either.
Very
they
good
must not
movie,
have-
one of my
they must
favourites.
have Very advanced picture films in the dwarfen minds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a Karisgard thing. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, we have cinemas. We have moving pictures.
Those hipster
Blasphemy.
dwarfs, honestly.
That's magic, that is.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, and that's my turn.
Okay. This tall gammon next to you, Sköld, it's just gonna smack you again.
Well, thank you.
That's alright. You seem to be able to take it.
I do what I do.
23 for 11.
Yes.
So all that healing you just did.
I'm playing my part.
You
Playing
are.
my part.
You're taking the hits.
You
Anelia.
fool.
Okay. I am going to cast message.
Okay.
And I am quickening that spell already to make it a bonus action. And I'm trying to concentrate to talk in Infernal, and I'm saying into this one's head that's in front of me, please stop. You're being controlled by a hag. Your family is dead. We can help you find peace.
Roll a persuasion check. That fell on the floor. You don't seem to feel like you're getting through to it. There's just something stopping it from taking what you're saying on board.
Okay. I am
You just
taking...
you hear replied back to you, whispered again, lies. Lies, lies, lies.
It's not lies. I'm going to take one step back.
Okay. You are going to take an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Boop. Boom, boom. For a 12. So it misses.
And I'm casting Magic Missile on it.
Okay.
Best level. As we learned, this is... So it's 12 damage.
Yes. Indeedy. Indeed. 12 damage. As your magic missile flies off out of your hand, like the fiery darts just... They impact, and the creature just kind of melts almost. And then as it completely melts and is a puddle on the floor, it sort of balls up into a ball of shadow and disappears into the ground.
Okay, I tried to reason with it. I didn't want to. Whatever. Okay, so I used one movement, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's my turn.
Vic.
Okay. I might at least first move. It's quite deep water in the middle, isn't it? You said?
Yeah.
Maybe not then.
You wouldn't be able to get through with your full movement.
Just point of order, I do get 4 temporary hit points because I killed a creature.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna have to swing and hopefully don't not hit again. Well, I just realised I'm using my longsword down here still, but for some reason it shouldn't be longsword.
Is your crystal sword not there? It's at the bottom. Use your crystal longsword.
It's there, but it's not on my number 1 slot. I always had number 1 slot.
Oh, I see.
That's why extra plus, I think.
That's why you've been missing, because you've been using the wrong sword. Cool, you hit. You use a shield.
Yeah, I figured it would. Now, what I can do though, is I can move my 30 to there.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I'm close enough to do some reactions of my own.
Okay.
That's me.
Nice. This one, instead of going for Sköld, is going to turn to you, Aqua. That now you're sort of treading water, not like in any difficulty, but you're treading water in the pond, and it's going to swipe down at you.
Okay.
For a 22 and 8 slashing damage.
Can I use my Cloud Rune now?
If you wish.
To move that damage instead to the other one next to it.
Go for it.
So 22 to get 8 damage. Basically.
As you've run closer and you kind of instinctively know, like you have a sense of the battlefield. You know kind of how these things work, and you just feel like something's happening. And as you turn and you run around the pond, and the one turns for Aqua, you instinctively send off your cloud rune, and as you do again, the runes on your armor seem to have connected to your cloud rune ability and sort of let off with you, or with your cloud rune, a sort of steam mist, and you're kind of momentarily engulfed, and as it disappears, you see the further Tolgrammon sort of decapitated and sludged into ooze on the floor, and then balled into shadow and disappears.
Nice.
2 down, good going.
The one that you left behind, Vic.
Oh, no.
Once they
I'm
want-
adapt. I like water is a normal terrain for me. I'm fine. I don't know why they think I'm weak in it.
They don't know that. It's going to go for you. And 14 just misses.
Wait, it says it.
Oh,
wait.
it hits you. It misses
Yeah, it
Vic.
hits
Sorry.
me.
So you take 8
That
slashing
actually
damage.
me, Yeah.
No, you have mage armor up.
Oh yeah, I've got that on. That actually puts it because it is normally 14.
Yeah, it'd be 12 plus, it'd be plus it'd be 15, wouldn't it?
If it's 14, then it's +2.
Oh, so it'd be 16 then.
Yes, because you've got +2 dexterity. You've got your braces of defense for 14,
Oh.
and then mage armor. Yes, that's fine. Doesn't
Okay.
hit. You don't take any damage.
Nice.
Easy peasy.
I'm just looking really proud at the moment in the water. Like, yeah, nothing can hit me while I'm here.
The first one was luck. Like Vic sort of instinctively knew to come and sort of help you out. The second one is all you. Like your magic, your sort of lithe movements in the water managed to just kind of keep the hits away from you basically, and you're all good. You are.
It's 13 plus dexterity modifier. It doesn't matter what his base thingy is.
So it's 15 then. Okay. Sköld.
All right, 3rd time lucky. Unless
All right.
hold the phone. Do I want to cast a spell instead? I think I do. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. You guys seem to be doing well, and I'm on 12 health. I realised maybe I should actually look after myself again, because that guy can just turn around and decapitate me probably. So I'm going to do that. I'm not going to be caught. So
I mean,
I'm going to.
you might take your head off. You still got to do 3 saving throws for us to reattach it.
Yeah,
But I'm only going to do like.
potions. We don't want to waste potions.
No one wants to waste potions.
I don't have any.
I have so many.
So what you doing?
Okay. 2nd level cure wounds on myself again.
Okay. Nice. So you get 17 hit points back this time as again you kind of place your hands on yourself, and the sort of yellowy gold radiant energy spreads from your hands all the way across your body, and you feel yourself immediately revitalized.
I'm the most selfish healer.
It's fine.
Considering you're the only one that's really taken any hits, I think it's justified.
Yeah. Alive first.
Indeed.
A dead healer is a bad healer, let's put it that way. Aqua.
True.
I am gonna, because I don't know if I can even use my sword in the water. Since they're above it.
I doubt you're swimming at that depth. Well, you're only just in it.
Fair.
Maybe you are.
Still,
It's about
I'm
waist height.
actually, for the first time, I'm gonna clap. I use thunderclap.
Oh no.
Okay.
Well, apparently it's placement, so I guess here it's the
You-
spell
On
says
yourself?
100 feet.
It's a
Does
15 foot.
everyone-
It's a 15-foot cube for damage.
Oh, okay.
And
They can be
then-
heard up to 100 feet.
Yes. So roll your damage.
Pretty good.
I mean, you did that quite well in the end,
Amazing.
but you also have to roll a con save for yourself.
Amazing.
Right.
How are you the one that failed and they both succeeded?
I take D16.
You take 1 point of thunder damage.
Oh
Do
yeah.
they still take 1, or is it rounded down to 0?
I don't
Well,
think. I think it's no damage on the save.
Ah, of course it is. Sorry, it's cantrip, isn't
Yeah.
You've just given yourself damage. Essentially.
Yeah.
Everybody on this battlefield right now just hears this absolute monumental clap, and it rings out like thunder that's just rumbled straight above you, and like lightning's cracked at the same time. And each one of you has like a ringing in your ears. For the next 2 rounds, all of you are deafened. Just for
Aqua,
flavour.
what the fuck?
I don't hear any of that. I'm
Not-
just
yeah, I was-
finger in my ear, wiggling like, what the
Mop,
fuck happened?
mop, mop.
And that's my turn.
Nice.
Bloody healers, not healers, casters. Healers good.
Okay.
At least you can't hear the humming
No.
or the tapping.
It's true. It's
Okay.
true.
Okay. Oops, sorry. I have a plan. I
Okay.
am going up to the creature.
Everyone's dead, guys.
I'm going up to the creature, and then I'm moving away.
Okay.
Is it taking a reaction? Okay, fine. Then I'll just cast magic missile.
Meglo is suspicious.
I mean, it's not stupid.
No. I'm just saying that you know. Okay.
I was going to put it in my head. You
Don't
run
forget to
up to it
target.
like, woo-hoo, and then runs back. But
Literally.
Like, what are you doing?
I'm casting at first level.
Wow.
You targeted yourself.
Oh, yeah. Well, I meant this one.
Yeah, well, it's 18 damage. 17. 18
What?
minus 1.
5 times 3, 15 damage.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
the formula here says 18 minus.
No, that's my damage. That's what I have left.
Oh, yeah. Rip. Okay,
No, it's 15 damage, yeah.
so as you send off your magic missile, same as last time, they all kind of connect, and then the creature just sort of melts into the water, and this time just separates into the water.
Neat.
Temporary hit points don't stack, right? I don't
Nope.
get 8 suddenly. Yeah, cool.
Nope.
Okay, yeah, that's it. That's my turn. I don't have a bonus action that I can use.
Vic Valor.
Right. Can I get to next to where Aqua is?
Yes,
Like,
you would be
it's
waist deep
waist-
in water, which would be difficult terrain.
Okay, cool. That's fine with me. Targeting the right one already. Crystal Longsword out. Unhappy. Double shielded both strikes I've managed to hit so far. This one's done it once. I don't know if it matters. And he misses anyway.
We all have those
Oh,
days, Rick. Don't we?
I apologize. You are thickened, therefore you are only thigh deep, like bottom
Oh,
of the
thigh
thigh,
deep.
maybe knee deep.
What does that mean then? Like hip height?
Yeah, your waist height because you're like
Yeah, but
6
I mean
foot.
for Vic, if he's only like
No, you're sort of stomach.
Belly button height?
Yeah.
I'd laugh if he doesn't actually get taller, he just gets wider.
Literally thickens.
How many of these have I got? Attributes. 1 second win. Don't really need to do it. Okay. Yeah. Done.
Okay. Gonna go for Aqua again. Not entirely sure what happened last time, so this time gonna swing down.
yeah, well that hits.
That definitely gets past your mage armor. You can take 9 points of slashing damage as its kind of toes are just brushing against the top of the pond. It swings down and clouts you on the side of the head. You now get like a gash right over your ear and like the side of your head. And it's gonna end its turn. That Sköld.
I just want to try this.
All right. Okay.
I'm going to throw my hammer at it.
I mean,
Okay.
it is a dwarven thrower. That's kind of what it's for.
Let's see if it gives me some good luck, eh?
Hmm
Oh.
I believe.
Nice.
Oh,
Believe.
Nice.
Easy, dude. Easy. Okay, roll your damage.
Lovely. Something.
It's definitely something. You've kind of. How do you throw it? Are you like yeeting overhead? Are you just sort of Mjolniring it, like side throw? Are you...
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking of, that old side throw, the old whip where it just kind of goes,
Nice.
and then it can't.
It kind of spins round perfectly and times and clouts over the side of the head, and then immediately just comes back to you.
Worth the money.
Worth.
Definitely worth.
So worth.
Okay.
like your first hit with it.
It's because I believed in the heart of the cards, or whatever the equivalent is for a hammer.
Part of the forge.
The shaft.
There we go.
The
Shaft. No.
Okay.
Alright, I'll end my turn there.
Nice. Aqua,
Did it not die?
still
it's
alive.
healthier than we realise.
This one hasn't. That's the first hit this one's taken.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna lightning lure it.
Okay.
It doesn't need to make a strength throw because it's already within 5 feet of me, so it will just take the damage.
Is that
Ooh.
in the water?
No damage on save. So if it does make a strength throw, I guess then. It doesn't say that.
What?
I'm confusion.
It comes up on here that no damage on save throw.
My forge just died. I think that's a mistake.
But on D&D, it doesn't say that. It just says if it succeeds, it doesn't get pulled. But if it's in 5 feet with me, it just takes the damage.
Yeah. So it should take 1d8. So it takes 6 points of damage. It's fine.
Yes. And yes, that is lightning over the pond.
Great.
Oh no.
Roll an Arcana check. I think Forge is lagging for the first time today, so please hold.
Yes, I have just clicked the roll, so we wait to see if that comes up.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 30-second then. Won't be long.
I suppose now is a good time to tell you that this Arcana check is to see if you aim high enough that you don't hit the water
Oh.
with the lightning.
Well, see, I was already imagining like hitting the top of her head, going down to her feet, and then coming through her feet into the water.
Great.
Yeah,
Why
well,
would you do that?
with that roll, yes, you basically you aim for the head to come down. You basically hit half of the feet, and it streaks up the body, and just you see the body like convulse from electric shock. But also, it lands in the water, and both you and Vic take those 6 points of lightning damage.
Nice. I'm doing great. I'm doing my own. I'm killing myself.
You've done more damage to yourself than the Tolgramans have.
Anyone. I want to be participating in this battle.
I think
Participating on both sides.
Yeah.
I think Burius went for a wee, didn't he? So
Yeah.
I'll do the -6 for him. And then explain why he's missing hit points when he gets back.
Okay, I'm moving next to
Oh,
Sköld
dear.
because I feel like he's very squishy right now.
Oh
and
shit,
he
did I
needs
do too many?
protection.
I did too many,
Yes,
sorry.
you gave him 6 hit points.
You just killed him.
Yeah, sorry. I did the wrong button. Okay. Sorry, you're moving next to Sköld, okay?
Did you
Yeah.
just say? Did you call me squishy?
I mean, yeah.
I'm sorry.
You've had fewer hit points than Aqua for most of the fight, to be fair.
It doesn't mean I'm squishy. I'm taking the hits like a champ.
Oh, what am I taking here?
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean.
don't worry. My lightning
sure.
strike hit the water, and we've took 6 points of damage.
Oh.
Um,
Lightning, yeah? Thunder?
Yeah.
Lightning, no. What? What? A
Yeah.
lingering injury?
Oh, ignore that. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
I pressed the wrong button, so I gave you too many damages. I set your damage as what your health should have been instead of the other way around. So you ended up with 6 hit points at one point. Don't worry.
Gotcha.
Sorry, Yathina, carry on.
yeah, that's actually good because I don't actually know what I want to do. No, I do. Okay, fuck it. I'm casting Burning Hands
Okay.
above the water.
Okay.
I'm trying to angle it so it doesn't get any
It's
of the
really
other
weird to roll the dice. Roll it.
Did I target myself again? I targeted. No, I didn't.
It targets with the thing. Just roll the damage,
Yeah. Okay.
because then it prompts me to do the saving throw.
First level.
It
Damage either
succeeds.
way.
So it takes half damage.
Takes half damage. Okay. Dum, 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 dum. I think I did it. I did it. Cool. Okay.
And that's my turn. I have a bonus action I can use. I can't actually end my turn for some reason right now.
I think probably lag, that's why.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. We've done 2 hours of gaming. We've, exhausted our lag-free. Victor.
Yo. Well, I wonder what's gonna happen here.
You miss. That's what's going to happen.
What's gonna happen?
Great turn there, viewers. Great turn.
I'm gonna do second wind because I'm not quite full anymore. So
Hey,
that's
you
good.
get max health back.
14.
You were a more effective healer than...
I did minus.
You did
I
exactly.
minus-
You did exactly what I did.
Okay, so plus 20, plus 34 then in that case, because I did 20 off instead. So
You should have 48.
Yeah.
it's lagging. Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, we've had 2 hours of lag-free gaming. We've exhausted our allotted amount.
48. There we go. I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Okay, everyone's in the water, aren't they?
Fuck
What
yeah.
spell have they got?
Okay. I like this. Now,
Uh-huh.
and Sköld,
Hmm.
and Vic. Actually, all of you.
Of course.
You want to make a little box, or are we doing it ourselves?
God damn it! Hang on. Sorry.
What are we doing?
Mild technical difficulty. Boop. Come on, game. Come on, game. This is gonna be cool. Let me do my thing. I need all of you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Drown?
This is not good.
How did I fail that? I breathe underwater.
Yeah, you're fine. You cause a creature's lungs to fill with seawater. Unless the target makes a successful Constitution saving throw, it immediately begins suffocating. A suffocating creature can't speak or perform verbal spell components. It can hold its breath and therefore can survive for a number of rounds equal to its Constitution modifier, minimum of 1, after which it drops to 0 hit points and is dying.
Jesus.
Huge or larger creatures are unaffected, as are creatures that can breathe underwater or that don't require air. So, in theory, Vic and Aqua, you're fine. So, Sköld, you are the only person suffocating right now.
I'm currently drowning. Is there any way of undrowning myself?
You don't know.
Suck all the water out of his lungs.
You don't know. You're drowning. You've got other things on your mind. You've got 3 rounds.
Okay, cool. Make it quick, boys.
Be squishy as hell.
Squishy. I'll show you what Squish can do. While I'm drowning, I'm going to throw my hammer at it.
Okay.
I hope that isn't disadvantaged.
Nah, you're fine. You hit. Roll your damage.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, as you fling your hammer at the creature that has just forced you to basically suffocate on seawater, which is a horrible and very disturbing feeling, You just have a Hail Mary. You fling it and it lands perfectly in the chest, and you just see your hammer basically cave the chest through. What would be bone is more like just gloop, almost like rice pudding again, and the hammer kind of cracks through the body out the back, and on its return journey it pulls some of the gloop with it, and then it all kind of immediately rushes back together and dissipates into the water.
Nice.
The combat is over.
As the combat ends and as the last of the creatures dies, Nell is like just full of energy and full of raging energy, and she just looks at the sky and screams in Inferno.
Wow. Such emo, much wow.
I know, right?
While you're full of energy, I'm full of seawater. So I'm just gonna
As
throw up.
the creature dies, the spell effect ends, and you're currently able to breathe again.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
I kind of look around as like, did she do something then?
Well, it definitely felt like it. I say, gasping between breaths.
I'm gonna go over because I'm still thick at the moment. I'm just gonna go over and like not noticing what's really happening, if he's over it or not. I'm just gonna like try to Heimlich him a little bit.
Okay.
I figure I'm like more than twice his size. I can pick
He's
him up
gonna
quite
be a
quickly.
baby.
Literally.
Not hard enough to do damage, but just like a little squeeze.
Oh, what? Contested strength rolls, please.
I get advantage. Wait, but I get disadvantage.
About to say, do you get advantage? Is it just a straight roll?
It is now.
Vic, you walk over to Sköld, and as he's kind of gasping for air still, you grab him from behind and just start at his chest. And Sköld, there's no water to regurgitate. There's no air anymore to breathe. You're kind of just being literally pounded in the chest by Vic.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Oh, well, there's always some lingering. I've like half drowned before. There's always some lingering liquid. It's best to get it out, isn't it?
If you say so. But let me actually try and heal you guys a bit. You're looking a bit worse for wear. Well, Vic isn't, but he never
I'm
is.
fine. I'm fine. You don't need to heal me. Don't waste your spell slots.
Well, I mean, it's
I'll take a touch of life.
I'll take a potion of healing.
it's a
No, that's not a potion. You can
it's
kind
a
of heal.
group healing.
A group
thing.
heal thing, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, I forgot about that. Sorry.
So yeah, prayer of healing it is. Bloop. No.
Okay, so you will get 12 hit points back.
Forgot to do it on myself, so I'll just do it manually.
Just give yourself 12 hit points. You're fine. If I wanted to, I could have done it and been like, nope,
Beat that guy.
you don't get the 12 hit points. Okay, so again, adrenaline pumping. All of you just about getting your hearing back from Aqua thunderclapping you, and the adrenaline sort of dying down, taking stock of the situation. The Tolgrammon all disappeared into wherever they went, made out of whatever they were made out of. Vic, your connection to Mivamwe seemingly severed for now. Not entirely sure how you left things off with her. She seemed angry, which was probably your goal, I imagine. But it's difficult to discern what that means.
So is the humming the same? Has it gone down now? The connection's severed a bit as well.
Excuse me, the humming has died down slightly, but the tapping for you is still there.
Okay. Okay, I'm still gonna walk around a little bit and to see, like, with my sword out and say, see what I mean? Easy.
Okay. Okay.
Do I still hear the humming?
You do. You, Aqua and Vic all here.
Whoa. So that's a thing.
Don't think that kind of went to plan, to be honest.
I don't know.
Do you guys just want to stand in a circle and laugh about how she failed?
Yeah, I could still go some rounds. But I mean, this was different. Before, it's always been like one
Yeah, and
thing. This one's 4. Like, is this the daughters? There was also normally 6 instead of 4.
well, normally they're
No.
mirror images and there's only one real one.
Yeah. But
So maybe these are like makeshift ones rather than an actual person, considering they felt mushy when I hit.
yeah, I mean, either that or I mean, she's still saying to me in my head that like she fine-tuned what happened in the other place, and now she's making it better here, and her Tolgrammon's much stronger, is getting stronger. So maybe it's not what it was before. Now it's this.
Did you notice the face on it though? It didn't have a face before.
That's true.
Like an older version of me.
There does seem
Wow.
to have been like an element of evolution about them in the 3 times you faced them so far. They started off as pure shadow. The second time there was shadow with like shadowy heads, but had a somewhat formed body. This time they seemed very corporeal, and the only shadowy parts about them was their head shrouded by shadow.
They're getting stronger.
Yeah, she seems to be making. Well, she is making more of them, and just sending one out.
Oh, yeah, sort of. But there's no new deaths, so they can't get stronger through deaths. We are the only ones who are, as far as we know, who are currently hearing the humming and the tapping.
Well, it must take a large effort on her part to create these creatures. Perhaps we are slowly wearing her down.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I didn't get any sort of response to what I was screaming, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Do I dare try to probe her again, or
No.
what?
No.
Need to
It
rest.
should be someone else this time. If we do it again.
As I have no idea who she is or what she actually looks like.
I don't.
Volunteer Sköld.
Well, yes, it's me then.
I mean, do we just bother her until she's sick of us and comes to try and proverbially smite us? What I mean, we need to have.
It's one definite way of getting her here.
I mean, how long until these things get back up? Like, I mean, these things didn't disappear as shadow the same way, did they? They kind of like died in the tunnel.
Seems after the shadow one died, it was the next night we got attacked by the non-shadow one. So maybe it takes a whole day.
Was that
Yeah.
yesterday? Did we get attacked yesterday? Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yesterday.
probably about 24 hours ago.
Yeah, it doesn't take long at all.
But yeah, I don't know how much power it takes for them to come back, or we don't really know enough about them still. But I mean, we can go back in and get some rest if you think we need that, and maybe try again tomorrow.
Could do it. Depends how ready you guys are for another encounter of a similar nature, maybe even worse.
If they keep getting stronger and just are not actually killable and just keep rising up the more we kill them, then we just don't kill them anymore.
What, we trap them or run away?
I don't know.
They seem pretty fast. They can teleport around the place. We can't ignore them and just run, I don't think.
I want to go back to the hotel now. We should go back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have
I'm
a
not
rest.
hearing the humming as much now, so maybe I won't be exhausted tomorrow.
Have you told us about feeling the tapping in your chest?
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah,
Like
it was...
I'm a heartbeat.
Okay. How about that tapping that you're feeling, that physical tapping?
It just goes up and down with my heartbeat. I don't understand exactly why.
Does it hurt you?
No, no, it just goes up and down with my heartbeat. I'm sure it's not a great thing, but I mean, at least the humming's died down now. I don't. Maybe that means I don't know. That maybe means they're following us if the humming's louder. But I guess then Aqua would have got more of a hum. Might just be my
It did.
connection.
My hum did get louder.
Oh, when they finally got here, but I'm thinking
Yeah.
mine was already loud anyway, so I'm not sure if. I'm not sure how that works, but it might just be like my connection to her because it feels like the connection I had with her when I was talking to her was kind of like terminated. Like maybe
you can't talk to her from now on then.
well, I don't know. It feels like it did before. Like I think after the last time, it kind of almost felt like it stayed open, whereas now it feels like maybe we annoyed her enough that she closed it off. So I don't know.
I mean, if you did get under her skin, that's a good thing. It means, she's getting angry and she's getting maybe frustrated and she's not happy about getting taunted, rather than just ignoring us, So you did get a reaction from her.
Yeah. But who knows if she's going to plan something worse now or what?
Yeah,
But
we should always be prepared for a fight now, no matter where we go.
it's fine with me. Let's head back and get some food before we have some rest.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Whoosh, whichever way it would be.
Whoosh. All right. Okay. So the four of you kind of decompress after the fight, regain your bearings, and just kind of overall evaluate what's happening. And you start walking back in the direction that you think you came. Who's leading the group?
I'll lead again.
Are we sure? We did.
We
Make
got there fine.
Make a
didn't
save.
we?
Yeah, we came. You know
Make a survival
exactly.
check for me.
Can I lead before you make a survival check? Can I lead because I have the best dark vision and I will be
Nope.
able to
He's
see?
he's already said.
Just don't need to worry. Look,
It's fine. It's better than last time. It's better than last time.
Can we please get Nell to roll just so I can see what it would have been, just so.
Sure.
Just so
What
we.
if?
A what if
Survival.
situation.
Survival.
Yeah.
see,
We
crisis
haven't
at
died, guys.
Well, and Sköld.
So, you
All right, Squishy.
your tracking skills aren't the best. But you're fairly confident you're following the path that you took to get here. And it takes you probably an hour or so to find your way because now it's getting quite dark. It's difficult to see the nuances, but eventually you do find your way back into the city. Bearing in mind it's been less than 2 hours since you left. It's the same people on guard. They recognize you as you walk in and they just want to do a quick check to make sure you're not smuggling anything or anything like that. Do you consent to being checked?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
at this point, let them pat me down.
Okay. Slightly concerned and overwhelmed by the number of weapons you're all carrying, they do eventually kind of relent and let you through.
What are you talking about? All I've got is my hammer and my backup hammer. I'll have your backup hammer.
And my 3 other hammers that are also, just in case as hammers,
Yeah.
What do you have in your boot? A tiny hammer?
Yeah. Shoe
Gavel.
hammer. Gavel.
Okay. But eventually you make it back and you get to the Carnelian Hotel. Much like you left it. Fairly decent, not too bad. Pretty okay.
I need some food.
Okay?
Yeah, definitely. It's been a while without having a proper meal.
The dining room's the other side, but I can just order. Do we sit in here to eat?
Are you asking or are
order-
you...
I'm going to go in the dining room.
Okay.
I haven't loaded yet, but I'm following you.
Typical Yathina.
Wander in the dining room, look for a spare table.
Okay.
So there's no four. Oh, these two people are taking up a four-seater.
They are. And they...
Great.
And they...
Not anymore.
They
She's gone.
completely ignore you as you walk in. And just keep talking amongst themselves.
Okay. Well, we can
You
take.
sit here. Yeah, I'm one of them. We just...
They are not here.
I'm gonna sit on a third up here by the fire. I
Depressing.
think. Got a little bit wet on my thighs earlier.
I'm going to try playing the piano.
Okay. Okay. So Vic, as you take your seat, and Aqua comes in to join, and so does Nell. Sköld, make a performance check for me.
Oh, you gotta love how well I am at performing things.
Is it -5 or something?
Oh no, it's only -2.
I feel that with my strength.
When you were in music, like in year 7 and 8, I don't know if this was the same for anyone else. Our music class had like a ring of keyboards around the outside, and basically every lesson it would just be, okay, you have to try and play a song, and most of the time it was something like Green Sleeves or the Titanic theme tune, and you do something similar, but it's literally like one finger at a time. So it's like da 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 da, and occasionally you get the wrong note and you kind of, but you know it's passable. People are able to recognize what song you're playing.
There we go. Oh, I'll just wander after trying many attempts to be more fluid over to the table.
Okay.
Nice. Nell is actually getting up. I'm just gonna check if the elves are here. Okay, no one's reacting. She's leaving the room. I can't physically leave the room because I still don't have torture, but she's leaving.
Did someone go with her? I'm
No.
hungry, so I'm
I'll
probably gonna
follow.
Okay.
Okay.
Aqua, it's fine. Just go back. I'll be right back.
She closes the
Okay.
door in your face as she enters the bar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and take some candy then, and then run back into the food room.
Okay.
That was quick.
That's what she said.
Yeah, she kind of just slammed the door on my face and left.
What, in the main room?
Yeah, into the pub bit.
Oh. Okay.
Are the elves there?
They are not. No.
Okay. Is there? How many people are here?
There's the same entertainer as before, and then there's the same woman just kind of sat drinking, sort of half-heartedly talking to Lilia.
I contemplate for a second whether I want to talk to the woman, but then I don't, and I'm going to the furthest corner away that I can from the door, which is either here or on the opposite side of the room.
Okay.
And I'm just sitting there, listening to the music for a little bit. And now that I hear the tapping, and in Nell's head, that means she has maybe now a connection
You
to...
don't hear the tapping. You just hear the humming.
That's what I mean, sorry. Now that I hear the humming, Nell feels like maybe now she has a connection to Mivanwe, so she's trying to talk to her.
Okay.
And she first tries in common, and if she doesn't get an answer, she's gonna try in infernal.
Okay. Roll a wisdom check for me.
No.
Can't seem to get anywhere with common.
I'll try an infernal.
Okay. You you try like reaching out in common, sort of. It's difficult since you don't really know who Mavanwe is, so it's like you're trying to speak to someone that you just don't know.
Yeah.
Please hold while I close my window for a minute.
Mavanwe put you on hold.
Yeah, that's just like my life.
No, it's someone outside stinks, so or something outside stinks, so I'm kind of trying to block it out. As you reach out in Infernal, what do you want to say?
I'm writing it down.
Just speak it. It's fine.
Okay. We bested you yet again. Can't seem to kill us, can you?
Okay. Roll another wisdom check.
Oh, that's a save.
Nice.
Okay. You sit there for a few minutes, and after realizing and deciding that common's not going to work, you resort to infernal, and you speak the goading words, and a few seconds pass, and you can feel some kind of connection being formed. Not what you were expecting. Before you stands, not before you necessarily, but in your mind, you kind of see this figure standing in front of you. Relatively featureless, almost like just an outline of a person. They stand there. I would never try to hurt you.
In one way?
No. Anelia. My feelings.
What? Who are you?
Who do you think I am?
She literally goes through every person she's ever met in her brain. It's like, but like minute she's silent, just nothing happening. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I can't. I can't make out what you look like. I don't know. Do I recognize the voice?
Not really. It's a very neutral, toneless voice. There's like inflection to it, but there's no hint of warmth or anything recognizable. I must
I don't
admit,
know who you are.
it saddens me. One day, I'm sure we'll be close. Be aware, Anelia. There are things beyond what you know.
Okay. Very naively, like she's a bit frightened and she's very taken aback by what's happening or what she's seeing in her mind or who she's speaking to. But then very naively she's like, do you know how to kill a hag?
Yes.
Can you tell me?
A knife through the heart will do just fine.
Okay. Do you know how to... And she taps at her head. How to get rid of this? And she's just assuming whoever this is in her head. She
Maybe.
means
Maybe.
I honestly feel like we don't have that much time, and I don't appreciate you speaking in riddles. I don't want to be rude, but it's you haven't told me your name.
This isn't that kind of relationship, Analia.
Didn't realize this was a relationship.
Again, there's more to this than you know.
Cool.
I can help you if you are willing to help me.
How would I be able to help you? I'm just a girl.
You are just a girl blessed with great power, great potential. I am in a sticky situation that you and your friends could help me out of. What say you, Anelia?
You just sound like, well, I don't know what the heck sounds like, so that she can't say that. I mean, all I've been told by the elves and by my friends that making wishes and whatnot is not good because evil things will take whatever they want to, and you sound like the hag or like something the hag would say right now, so I apologize that I don't seem very trustworthy towards you, but I do need a little bit more information before I agree to anything. The last time I agreed to something, it did not go well.
What did you agree to last time?
It's a long story. There was a priest, and people were smiling, and then I saw something in my head, and then I went to the Feywild.
Oh, yes. I remember. Don't worry, Anelia.
You remember?
I
As
will
if you were there.
help you with such things in the future, and I will help you with this Movanwe problem. And I will be back to collect my end of the bargain.
Can you help immediately?
More so than you know. Be careful what you ask for.
Just want my friends to be okay.
And you are suddenly sort of shoved awake by Lilia kind of like pushing you, basically shoving you in the shoulder as you realize you've slumped over on the chair, the table that you're kind of resting against, and essentially asleep. And Lilia's kind of shuffling you. Are you okay? You've been mumbling something weird in your sleep.
I'm a little bit disorientated. I look around. I didn't realize I was asleep. How long have I been asleep for?
You've been out for about 20 minutes.
Do I remember everything that happened? Or that I talked to the creature in my head? Okay. Oh shit. Okay. And I look at her apologetic, and then I bolt past her towards my friends, back to the dining room.
Okay. The rest of you, what have you been doing for the last 20 minutes? Have you just been chilling?
Gorging.
Gorging?
Yeah, talking, just
Okay.
generally catching up.
Okay.
Yeah, not too much. Maybe a game of dice.
Ah, yeah, it's a game of dice. Let's have a game of dice.
Yeah, I'll participate in this game.
Okay.
Not for any wager, unless of course you guys would like to.
Okay.
I'm not wagering anything.
4d6, drop the lowest, please.
Okay, with his friends. Who's going first? Me?
Since they are your dice, be rude to.
I went first
take them.
last time. I went first last time, guys. You know what? Aqua.
Okay.
You go first, Aqua.
Aqua, 4d6, drop the lowest, please.
I'll go last this time. Oh Jesus.
18 minus 3, 15. Okay, good start.
Nice.
Good start.
That's gonna be a tough one to beat.
Sköld.
Okay.
Oh
no.
no.
As he rolls that, I'm like, maybe it's whoever buys dinner tonight.
That's a 5.
Nah, can't do that now. Too late.
Vic,
Yeah,
come
I'd
on.
like to say yes, but
Come on, roll a 2. Roll 3 1s and a 2. You know you want to.
no. I should have just done it. I should have it ready, shouldn't I?
Nice.
Okay, well, that's
Okay.
not too bad. That's 11. So, Sköld loses.
That's
Oh,
alright. Shame there was no money in it, really, I guess. for you, Aqua. Never mind.
Nice, good job, Aqua. You win. You win the
Yeah.
pride of the. After a few rounds of dice, just sort of friendly dice over a chat and a few plates of food, Nell reappears, looking a bit dishevelled, bit thrown.
She sits down wordlessly.
Everything okay?
Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Alright, alright. You've just gone for a little while. Didn't know if anything had happened.
No, nothing happened.
Yeah, your food's already cold. We ordered you something as well.
Oh, I appreciate it. And is it still there, or did you eat it?
Well, he started picking at it a little bit. I mean, what you
You know,
food shouldn't
Vic
go cold.
did.
It's basically like a 16-ounce sirloin steak with like all the trimmings, chips and mushrooms and salad and everything, and they've basically eaten all the chips and most of the good bits of the salad.
Yeah, she's just taking like one tomato or one cucumber and eats it just as a sort of safer face.
You don't understand how hungry, like, when you grow like I do, and then it just your body gets messed up. Okay.
It's
Does
fine.
sound
You can have it if you want to. I'm not really hungry.
Okay. What did the elves say? Were they
The
here?
elves. The elves.
You went to see the elves, didn't you?
Yeah, you shut the door on me.
The reason
Right.
you were gone 20 minutes.
They are not here.
Well, I feel like I do. I believe. Do I believe Nelia?
I mean, she's being very sketchy, but you can roll insight on her if you wish.
I'm still disadvantaged anyway.
Yes, you are still exhausted. She's still acting very sketchy, but maybe I don't know.
As a matter of fact, you're not getting anything actually.
Apparently, you're not getting anything actually.
Because she has a ring of things that will protect her from insight checks.
Ah.
Oh. Okay.
I'm fine. I'm fine. We'll talk in the morning. I have a little bit of a headache. I just want to go to sleep.
I mean, we can meet us up there if you want, but remember, we got 3 Hummers now.
I feel like I'll be fine. I only hear the humming very faintly, and it's not as bad as you.
Well, we did after killing it that one night. Technically, the next night never had anything to worry about, or it couldn't get in the room. One or two.
Yeah.
Sure, it can find its way in. Remember, people said that they got killed in locked rooms and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true actually. I forgot.
I
about
mean, I'll
Robb-
wait for you. I'll wait for you to finish if you want to, but I just want to light down.
As a point of order, it doesn't block against insight checks. It just means that nobody can use a magic effect to read your thoughts or determine whether you're
Okay.
lying.
Okay. I thought that what inside checks mean.
No.
Because I mean, it's pretty obvious if you were lying to the face, we're like, oh, she's not lying then.
If you're acting sketchy and someone insight checks to see if you're being a bit sus, then you're being a bit sus.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I mean, you rolled a 2 anyway, so
Yeah.
you can. But yeah. All right.
Wow.
For next time, I know.
Rub salt into the wound, or
Maybe you should roll a deception check and maybe you get a 1.
I mean, if Meglo wants me to.
That doesn't matter.
that's fine.
Move on.
You're
Move
acting
on.
sketchy.
I mean, yeah, she is acting sketchy, but
Okay, so what's happening?
I'm grabbing that steak.
Fair. Okay, so we can move on to long rest if you wish.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything you wish to do during your long rest? Any kind of conversations in general?
Wait, are we doing it down here or in the room?
It doesn't matter to me, honestly. Why are you petrifying yourself?
Yeah, I clicked the wrong thing to get rid of my shield. It's right under it.
Oh!
I gather we'll be running the same
I saw
protection.
everyone naked in the middle.
we've been traveling together for weeks now. We have all seen each other naked, purposefully
Pretty
or
much,
not
actually.
purposefully. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so I mean, you can all head upstairs if you like, but it's a lot of effort to get up there and everything.
No, it's
Yeah.
fine. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
wanted to say, if we are in that, I want to stick my big rod in front of the door and press the
Excuse
button
me?
to stop it.
Your big rod's got a button?
Yeah,
Okay.
all rods have a button.
It's like
so-
a carry-on scene where you just hear it, but you don't actually see it.
Maybe it's a Genasi thing.
So, you all settle down in the room. Are you taking watches? Or are you just
Yeah,
going
I'll
to sleep?
take the first. I'll take the first watch as these guys are all humming like some sort of quartet, and I'm the only sane person apparently. So.
Okay.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
all
don't
you
sleep all night.
you all settle down for the night, and you take your watches, and there's a few sketchy moments where you hear someone walking down the corridor and you kind of get a bit on edge, but for the most part, the night passes with no problems. And you wake up in the morning, good as new.
Lovely.
Lovely jubbly.
The first thing I do when I get up is I remove the rod, and I'm gonna go over. Is Sköld awake yet?
I mean, you can wake up before him if you wish, or if you wish to take
Nah.
the last watch, you can be awake already while he's still sleeping.
No, I want to be awake as he's awake, or he's waking up.
Okay.
Thank goodness there's no rods.
Basically, I want him to be awake, so I'm gonna go, here, Sköld, shove my rod into your bag of hots.
Josh.
Very personal, Josh. But yeah, what? Any reason in particular? You just don't feel like carrying it around?
It's cumbersome to carry.
You take 4 points of dignity damage, Aqua.
Seriously.
It's quite large.
It is, but I'm sure it will fit in your bag.
Oh.
Okay, what's the plan?
Well, I now have a movable rod in my bag, so let me
It-
note that down so we don't forget about it.
Yes.
Am I exhausted still?
You wake up today actually feeling okay.
Oh. So, I rolled out of bed, feel a little bit more energetic today, actually, guys. And I'll just push my hair back from my head. And just, feel a bit fresh. Must be
That's
that
good
steak.
to hear.
You look much better too.
Yeah, you look full of yourself today.
Yeah, maybe I'll actually be able to hit some bad guys today, and I'll just swing my sword around.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. No?
So what? A repeat of yesterday evening. We're gonna go in the woods, mock someone, beat it to death.
I
Don't
mean,
know.
guess so. I don't know.
Is there any
No.
other things we can do in the meantime?
So I know how to kill a hag.
Oh,
Wait, what?
I mean-
Explain.
We have to stab her through the heart with a knife.
huh. Seems awfully analogous to
Now.
what's happening with the people.
Yeah.
Let's think. Could it be any knife?
That I don't know.
Because the knife you had, we, no longer have.
And I broke it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Imagine.
you saw it. You saw it. I mean, well, only me and Sköld remember actually seeing it, but it looked weak. I mean, a knife through the heart, sword through the neck. I think we'll be fine.
Is she kind of a vampire? Stake through the heart?
I was thinking that too. I just
hmm Me
I
too.
don't think so.
Me too.
I don't think so either. I still don't know how to get to her. We might be getting help. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
hmm.
Well, I feel better today, so I was worried that it'll be a continual getting worse kind of situation, but now I seem to be better. We could either wait it out and, keep thwarting her plans, and then maybe she'll come out, so we can go and speak to the and I whisper, the undying people.
We're still in the room.
I'll be upstairs though, of course we are.
Yeah.
I'll still say it quietly and then walks past the door.
Just shouting about vampires or like randomly.
Yeah. We don't have a code word for vampires.
Nightwalkers.
Flower people.
It might be pretty obvious though. Something that's not obvious, but we know what it means.
The
Say flower
sparkly
people.
ones.
No.
Oh.
Flower people.
Okay. Well, them. Well, we can go speak to them and just maybe, that'll keep us busy while we decide what to do with Mavanwe. Maybe. What do you mean you can get help? Sorry, I just tweaked that. No.
I tried to speak to Mavanwe last night. It didn't really work. I spoke to someone else though. Sort of in my head, I guess. But I sort of saw them. I don't really understand who they were. They wouldn't tell me. They just said they knew who I was. They knew what happened to us. I don't think I've ever met them. At least I didn't recognize them. And they just said that we could help them and they could help us, and I should be careful what I wish for.
Great.
And they said to kill a hag, you have to stab them through a heart with a knife.
I pick up and I'm looking at my knife. Oh wait, no, we're in the room. I did that now.
That's not necessarily what they said, by the way. They said a knife through the heart will do, but not in a kind of that's the definitive way.
Or they,
Well, that's fine though. That's what Nell took from it. Even if that's not the definitive way, but that's what Nell took from it.
Okay. So, what'd you say then?
well, we've still got to draw her out, so
Yeah.
that's still the problem we face.
But
Yeah.
your new friend now that, problem possibly number 2 or 5, whichever we're at problem level we're at now. Your new problem person, how are they going to help us?
I don't know. They didn't say. They just said maybe. I don't remember quite. I don't quite recall the words they used, but they said they could help quite soon if we helped them and if I agreed to it. And I guess I sort of did, but I'm not entirely sure whether I did or not.
It sounds good to me. I think we should take whatever this offer is.
I made clear that my first priority right now is making sure that you 3 are safe and that we deal with all of this.
Okay. Why don't you try to speak to your new friend again and see what the terms are, what they want first, and then accept if it's good terms.
I mean, yeah, they would want us getting rid of the hag problem first and doing their task with the hag problem behind us.
Well, this is it. Whoever this new person is, I don't know if do they care about the hag. This new person.
I don't know. I don't know if they care about the hag. They seem to care about me. They seem to know who I was. Said that there's more to it that I don't know.
Maybe try to speak to him again. What now? More information could always help. I don't know.
I can try. I'm not sure if it will work, but I can try.
Just want to find out what they want in return first, and if they can help us now, then less people are going to die.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
That's true. I sit down on my bed, cross-legged, and I try to speak to them again, and I just say out loud, though, in Infernal, my friends want me to talk to you again. They said we need to know the terms before we accept anything. Her heart is not into it, though, right now. I should mention that.
Make a wisdom check, please. Okay. You see the figure, the kind of outlined figure in front of you again. Anelia, it is already done.
What's done?
My side of the bargain.
What did you do?
What you indicated you wanted. She is
The hag
waiting.
She's waiting. Okay.
The rest
Waiting
the rest of you see Nell kind of, she sort of sits on the bed cross-legged, and then immediately just falls forward. So she's like sat with her chest against her legs, basically, just like face plant against the bed. And you can kind of hear her mumbling in some kind of very disconcerting language. And then she comes round. And then she's like, waiting where?
I look around at my friends. What just happened? I assume the connection's gone.
Yep.
Oh no.
Any news?
They said she's waiting?
Where?
I don't know, but it concerns me.
And who? Is she on about the hag?
I think so. This is who I specifically mentioned.
Okay, well then where? Hopefully not in a random room in this hotel.
Nell, Sköld,
Yeah.
and Aqua,
I'm not.
make a perception check for me.
No thanks. I know I will.
I fucked up, guys.
Oh, wow.
Oh no. Perception. There it is. Hold fire.
Okay.
Never mind.
Nell, as you're now kind of on edge from like the warning and having to tell your friends that you've probably made a mistake, you hear in the distance from outside the hotel, back into the center of Wildenwell slightly, screaming.
Oh no. Do you guys hear? Do you guys hear that too? The screaming? Oh god.
Nope.
Now that it's pointed out to you, yeah, there's pretty considerable screaming happening right now.
Oh, that means she's close then.
And
Right, get your armor on, Aqua. Let's go.
it's
Are you sure? In the room? I'll put it on.
We got 8 hours for that.
Boom.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, Nell, by the way, make a Constitution saving throw. Nell, as you hear the screaming outside, and the confusion, tension, and fear starts building in your stomach, you start to feel something else, and it gets more and more kind of intense. And then you sneeze, and your flower beard falls off.
Forgot that even still existed. Okay.
Everyone else, you get covered in dandelions.
That's dandelion
As
disease.
the tension gets to her, and Nell just sneezes, and her beard that she'd kind of got used to, of just like dangling dandelions, just explodes off her face.
It's
Flowers
within that tension that I hear screaming and I'm on edge. And as I sneeze, I also cast prestidigitation and just shower everyone in glitter again, just to cut the tension, and then I run outside the room. Let's go and find her.
Find who?
The hag!
Oh, okay.
Can't you hear? She's obviously terrorizing the city folk.
Some things here anyway. Won't be just be her alone, I wouldn't have thought.
We'll see.
In the back of Aqua's mind, he is slightly terrified of whatever the hell brought the hag here. Is more powerful than the hag.
Yeah, that's also in the back of Nell's mind, but let's kill the hag first.
I didn't think about that, so I'll just carry on running.
Okay.
I'm not worried.
You run back east across the city, towards the screaming, and the more and more you run, the louder and louder it gets, until you get to the sort of center of Wildenwell. And in the park that you visited the first time you came here, you can see corpses strewn all along the street.
No!
Oh dear.
At least 10 in various forms of put togetherness. And you can just hear screaming and cackling coming from the park.
Let's move.
Oh
Quick.
my god, oh my god, oh my god!
Okay. As you get closer, and you see through the sort of bandstand, essentially, you can see this very tall, very thin, gangly looking creature standing, sort of flailing her arms around, and just beams of light come out that just sort of hit anything they hit just gets obliterated. And eventually, after a few seconds of you standing there and staring, it turns, and its head 180 degrees facing the opposite way to its body. How dare you? And that's where we're going to end the session today.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
What I wanted!
Good job, guys.
Well,
you didn't die.
No. We've got the whole
Mel has
town mad.
killed by proxy more people.
How many children as well were in that pile, Meglo?
You could stop and count if you wanted to.
I mean,
I'd rather
if
not.
only if Davish was here, he could raise them back from the dead, but he's off somewhere on his own adventure.
Yes. Well, that sets things up nicely for next week. Reminder, I think it's next week. Is next week the last one?
Yeah.
Next week's the last one before we have our break, which works out quite well.
No!
So, two things. One, good job, guys. You managed to summon Mivanwe to the material plane. 2, you
Nice.
did level up
Yes.
Ooh, 2 attacks.
after your fight last night and having your long rest. So you are now level 5.
Oh, you got hit dice.
If you want to roll hit dice for me.
I'm
I
D10,
don't know
aren't
yet. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, what was my it again? I can't remember.
One,
Yours is
D6.
D8, D6.
D6.
Minus 4d. So minus d8, yeah.
Wow. 3 plus your con. So whatever that ends up being.
Right.
2 for Aqua plus your constitution.
It's a
Or
D6.
7
Aqua.
more.
Oh, okay.
It's not a D5. D8.
Yeah, so roll again,
Plus
Aqua.
5 constitution. So,
Perfect.
Okay, so Aqua adds 2 plus your constitution, which is 3, so it's 5. Now 5 plus whatever your con is.
Oh, well, it adds con automatically to when you are doing it on D&D Beyond.
Oh, yeah, okay. I forgot about that. And then Sköld, 4 plus whatever your con is on D&D Beyond. Awesome.
cool.
Nice low rolls.
Nice.
All my other ones are really good, so it's about time one was a bit worse.
All right, so thanks for hanging out, everyone, if you were able to. We'll be back next week for episode 21 of Scales of Destiny, which will be the last one for 3 weeks while we have a bit of a break from the campaign. The schedule that I did promise to make has been made. I just need to redo it slightly. I just keep forgetting. Which that'll go up over the next day or two. This episode will go up on YouTube on Thursday at 6:30 GMT or BST, whichever one it is. And yeah, I mean, that was a good session. So let's follow it up next week with a potentially hag killing follow-up.
Oh yes, let's hope it's the killing of the hag and not the hag that is the killing us.
Well,
Level 5, we'll be fine now, guys.
only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Right. So that's it from us today. We will see you next week for episode 21. But until then, thank you all for watching. And yeah, I don't know if we're raiding anyone. We are. We're going to go raid these people, and we're going to go say hello and be really cool. And see you next week.
Bye.
Till next
Bye
time.
bye.